Hey everyone, welcome back. So you've been digging into Palantir technologies, huh?
Looks like it.
Yeah, you've sent us a really fascinating set of notes here. Lots of questions about where they fit in, right? Like in the whole world of data analytics. Who are they up against?
Yeah.
It's a big question. I
Yeah.
mean, Palantir, they're the ones known for working with, like big clients,
Right.
government agencies, massive companies dealing with these like super complex data problems.
Right.
But they're not the only ones out there trying to, make sense of all that data. So today, we're going to do a deep dive into that competitive landscape.
Bubble up.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to break it down. Who's out there vying for a slice of that data pie?
Right.
And let's start with the giants in the room, right?
Okay.
You've got your Microsoft, your Amazon, your Google. These are like the heavy hitters of the tech world.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, they're not like purely data analytics companies, are they? So how do they even factor into this?
Well, see, that's what's so interesting. They've really leveraged the whole cloud thing, haven't they? So they've built these incredibly powerful cloud platforms, and then they've very cleverly integrated data analytics tools into those platforms.
Yeah.
So, for a company that's already using, say, Amazon Web Services for their cloud computing needs,
Right.
adding on their data analytics capabilities is kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, like it's just like a natural next step, right? It all just kind of works together.
Exactly.
Convenient one-stop shop.
Totally. It just simplifies everything for the customer.
Yeah. But then you've got some other names in your notes here, maybe not as familiar to, the average person on the street,
Right.
but companies like Alteryx, Tableau, Splunk. Now, they seem to be a little more specialized, right?
Oh, absolutely. These are companies that are like laser focused
Yeah.
on specific areas within data analytics. And, they might not have the kind of global reach of a Microsoft or an Amazon, but they're powerhouses in their niches.
Yeah. It's almost like if you think about it, like a specialist doctor versus a general practitioner.
That's a great analogy.
Right. Like sometimes you need that hyper-focused expertise.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what these companies provide. They go deep.
They go deep. So, for example, let's talk about Tableau. You've got them highlighted here. What's their thing?
Well, Tableau is all about data visualization.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. You've got these huge spreadsheets, tons of numbers, rows and columns, impossible to really wrap your head around.
Right.
Tableau takes all that data, and they help you see the story hidden in the numbers.
Oh, that's cool.
Charts, graphs, dashboards. It makes the complex understandable.
Yeah. And I noticed, a lot of your notes are about how insights are communicated, like how you actually use the data. So maybe that's why Tableau stood out to you.
Yeah, maybe so.
Now, what about Splunk? That's another one you highlighted. What's their specialty?
Well, if Tableau is about making data beautiful, Splunk is about making it secure. They are the security experts, helping organizations really understand their kind of a cybersecurity posture, identify threats, prevent breaches, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in a world where every other day there's news of another data breach,
Right.
that's got to be like a pretty valuable service.
Absolutely crucial.
So we've got the big cloud players, we've got the specialists, but then you also have this other group of companies in your notes.
Mm-hmm.
Cognizant, SAS, Oracle. What are they bringing to the table?
It's like pieces of a puzzle, really. I mean, the data analytics landscape, it's incredibly diverse. Not every company needs the same thing. So you have companies like Cognizant that are really good at helping businesses, implement very complex data solutions across their whole operation.
Right.
Whereas, a company like SAS, they have this long history in statistical analysis, data mining.
So they're filling in kind of those gaps.
Exactly.
Where maybe the bigger players aren't, as focused.
Precisely.
Okay. So this is getting pretty intricate.
It is.
But let's bring it back to Palantir. You've specifically asked about their competitive edge, and your notes mention their market positioning. What does that even mean?
Right. So in a crowded market, how do you stand out?
Yeah.
Well, Palantir, they've really focused on a few key things.
Okay.
One is this emphasis on complex data integration.
Complex data integration.
So imagine, right, a company, they've got data coming from like a million different places, different formats, messy, disorganized.
Oh, yeah. A nightmare.
It's a total nightmare. It's like this giant knot of information, right?
Yeah.
Palantir, they're the ones who can untangle that knot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're like master puzzle solvers, but with data.
Exactly. They take all that chaos and turn it into something usable.
But it's not just about like organizing the data, right?
Mhm.
Your notes also talk about Palantir's focus on actionable insights.
Because it's not enough to just give you a bunch of cleaned up data.
Right.
You have to know what to do with it.
So they don't just give you the pieces of the puzzle, they show you how to put it together.
And they tell you what the picture means.
Uh-huh.
It's about turning data into a strategic advantage, you know?
Yeah.
Catching criminals, optimizing supply chains, predicting market trends.
Yeah, making actual decisions based on that data.
Exactly.
And also seeing that you underline security and privacy here.
Can't forget that.
Especially with all those, government and enterprise clients.
Mm.
I mean, they're dealing with some pretty sensitive information.
Right. Think about it. National security, financial records, healthcare data.
It's a lot of trust.
Huge. And Palantir's built a reputation for taking that very seriously.
Yeah.
So it's a big selling point, especially for these clients that, are dealing with very confidential information.
Right. It's not just about analyzing the data. It's about doing it in a way that, builds trust.
Exactly.
So it sounds like, in this really, really crowded field, Palantir's kind of carved out this niche for themselves, focusing on those really complex, high-stakes data challenges.
They're the ones you call when you need to make sense of, the really, really tough stuff.
Wow. Okay, so this has been a fascinating deep dive.
It has.
It's amazing how diverse, and specialized this whole data analytics landscape has become.
Yeah.
I mean, every player brings something unique to the table.
They do.
But, as we wrap up here, I've got a question for you, for everyone listening, really.
Okay, shoot.
If you were a company, facing a data challenge and you had to choose between all these different options, what would matter most to you? What kind of data are you dealing with? What kind of expertise do you need? I mean, these are the questions, right, that you have to ask yourself.
Yeah, what are your priorities?
Exactly.
There's no one-size-fits-all answer here.
Right. Food for thought.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time.